Welcome to SEO Chess. We are covering match number 2 of the Steinitz-Zukertort match. In this second match, Steinitz is playing white and Zukertort is playing black. Steinitz, having won the first game, is leading with 1-0, and he won it with black also. So Zukertort came obviously with vigor. And the game starts with e4. If you recall, the first game started with d4. Zukertort was playing white. This was his favorite opening. So now Steinitz changes gears with e4, and we have a Scotch position on the board, knight f6. And here, Steinitz plays knight c3, which is replied to with bishop b4. Takes on c6. This is quite the way it's still played nowadays. Pawn takes and bishop d3. And here d5. Pawn takes. C takes d5. Castles. Black castles. Oh, this is theory so far. Bishop g5. This is quite routine. He plays c6. Knight e2. Okay, so here black goes bishop d6. The bishop has nothing to do there anymore, and then white goes knight g3. Zukertort plays h6, bishop d2. Now knight g4. This retreat to d2, I really don't like it, but suddenly black has got some initiative in this position. It goes bishop e2, and black plays a very nice move. This move is designed to force you to lose the bishop pair. And in an open position like this, the bishops are much stronger than the knight. And after queen here, he goes bishop e2. He's taking advantage of the fact that the knight cannot take the bishop due to the mate on h2. And if you can see or look at this position in this way, all the white pieces are being pushed from the king side, and all the black pieces are pointing to the king side. So it goes bishop c3, f5. The last piece to be chased away from the king side is the knight, so white has to act quite quickly to prevent a sudden onslaught of his king. He goes rook e6, trying to eliminate one of the attackers. Black defends, and now queen d2. He wants to reduce as much as he can the attacking potentials of the black pieces. So his idea, when he plays queen d2, he wants to take here rook takes d6, rook takes here, and then play the bishop to b4, which would exchange against the rooks. But he can't play bishop b4 because of the queen. So by putting the queen here on d2, he's got a support to be able to play this idea. So black goes d4, and here white goes bishop a5, attacking the rook. Doesn't really have a choice. He has to play here, and now rook takes d6, rook takes d6, bishop b4. Now this is the positive effect of pulling black's attack back a little bit, but overall, after bishop f8, queen f8, knight to h5, you have another slight imbalance in this position, which is that white has got a knight playing against a bishop, and the bishop has got more scope in this position because you have pawns on both sides, and it definitely controls much more territory than the white knight does. So queen e8, knight f4, rook e5. The idea is, of course, a back rank mate, so you don't have time to take. So he opens up the back rank so that his pieces can at least have freedom to go forward. And now c5. White uses the time to secure his territory on the king side. And now rook e4, c3, queen b8, putting pressure on the knight. And he has to play g3 to make sure it stays there, because he needs it also for the pawn on h5. He goes queen e5, knight g6, attacking the queen, queen d6, and obviously the queen was under attack. Knight goes back to f5, and now d3. Pawn goes to b3, c4, and rook b1. Protecting his pawn. Rook goes b1, and now king h7. King goes to h2, queen goes to b6 here, bishop goes there, slowly improving the position. Okay, so now there was threat of taking on c4 because the rook is protected. So he goes queen b7. There's various threats. Rook e8 followed by queen h1 is the most critical one. So white has to block this diagonal. Queen check, goes queen f2, and you really start seeing the power of the bishop in this position as compared to the power of the knight, especially in combination with rooks. King goes to h2, queen exchange, and now bishop f3. The idea after this is that if he takes on f3, it's a mistake because he can't go back and capture the pawn. So after bishop f3, g4, bishop e2, again threatening d2, followed by pawn promotion, pawn push, and pawn push. He still struggles to stop the pawn from promoting. Goes there, pawn takes on b3, pawn takes, and here bishop g4. If he takes the pawn, he loses the knight, and the position is gone, because there's also other circumstances. Pawn is under attack, it's followed by rook e2 check and so on. So here at this point, Steinitz resigned, and Zukertort won the game, which put the match at 1-1, makes it much more interesting to look at what happens in the third game.